I imagine there's lots of moms and dads out there listening right now, Michael and Sasha, who maybe have, you know, 3 or 4 year olds that they're trying to get on skates. How young were you guys when you guys started getting the skates on, and how often did you guys start taking lessons?
I started when I was 7, and at first just skating once a week, group lessons, and then, you know, twice a week, and soon it became every day, private lessons, and it kind of transforms your life, but it's definitely a process.
What about you, Mike?
I actually got started a little late. I started when I was about 9 years old, but I grew up in a family of athletes. My dad was an Olympic gymnast, and my mom was a gymnast as well. My sister was one sister was a diver, one was a skater. So it's you know, I grew up around sports and athletics. So I started out in diving actually.
Really?
And then my middle sister was a skater. I basically just went to the rink with her one day, tried on a pair of skates, and was like, yeah, I like this. I'll stick with it. And then, you know, 20-some years later, I'm still at it.
Is there one particular competition that stands out as just your biggest achievement in terms of, you know, maybe jumps you landed, or just you went in going, wow, I really need to just make this happen?
Well, for me, I think I have a bunch of special moments for different reasons. You know, sometimes I'm going through an injury one year, or I'm trying to repeat as a champion in another competition. So each one is kind of individually special. But I think one of the most special ones for me was when I made my first Olympic team at the National Championships in 1998. It was before a sold-out crowd in Philadelphia. It was a brand new building at that time, and I skated very last. I was the very last skater, and it came down to basically me skating well in order to make the Olympic team. And I skated probably one of the best programs, if not the best program of my personal life. And you know, to look up and see my family and see my friends all cheering me on, and realize that you know, ever since I was, you know, 6, 7, 8 years old, everybody says, you know, you're a good skater and all, but, you know, are you going to be in the Olympics? And now I could finally say, like, yes, I'm actually going to be in the Olympics, and feel good about it and feel proud about what I accomplished. That was a cool moment.
Sasha, we all remember how special Salt Lake was for you. You had an encounter with the president in the opening ceremonies, but I could not get over the extension on your leg. I was like, wow, look at her just spin around. It's like it was almost straight up and down.
Is that the Beelman?
Beelman's actually with your leg behind you.
Okay.
The one that you're thinking of is my leg to the side, up over my head.
And what's that called?
I think it's called the SASHA.
Exactly.
I don't know. It doesn't really have a name, and then I've kind of invented so many new spirals that I don't know, like this one, that one. But I've just stretched a lot my whole life. I started in gymnastics, and something that I've kind of grown to be known for. But yeah, Salt Lake was an amazing experience for me, my first Olympic Games, and getting to meet the president and talk to him and sit right next to him during opening ceremonies was incredible. And, you know, to do an Olympics in your own country is such a rare thing. It'll always be a great memory.
There's lots of parents out there who have Olympic dreams for their youngsters. How much did your parents push, or was it really your drive? Either one of you can start.
Well, for me, it was definitely my drive. My mom put me into sports to use up my extra energy so it wouldn't ruin the house. And I started in gymnastics, and then she realized I would kill myself, so we moved to skating, because at least you fall and you slide. And then it was basically like, Mom, I love this, take me. And she's like, I don't want to be getting up early, I don't want to be doing this. But, you know, she was good, and she supported me, and as it became more serious, she became more serious, and that's how it went for me.
As far as an investment, Michael, I mean, your parents have had to really sink a lot of dollars into getting you to where you are. For those who don't make it to the level that you and Sasha are at, is it almost an overwhelming gamble to invest all those time and practices and traveling? And
I think, you know, it is a big commitment, not only personally on an individual level, but also as a family. You know, putting in the long hours. I was actually just talking to Sasha this morning on the way over here about getting up this early to skate when we were kids. And, you know, I'd be up at, you know, 5:15 in the morning. My parents would roll me out of bed in my skating clothes. I would sleep in them so I could get that extra 40 minutes of sleep in the car on the way to the rink.
Wow.
Skate for, you know, 2 or 3 hours before school, go to school, then after school, right back to the rink again, you know, for another 2 or 3 hours, and then off. I mean, you know, this was at 10, 11, 12 years old. I was already, you know, skating 6 hours a day. So it's not just a commitment on my level, but also, you know, the parents have to take you to those things. They have to pay for all that stuff. So it's a big investment. But you know, for us, it's really been worth it. And even if I didn't make it to the level where I'm, you know, skating with the best skaters in the world and Smucker's Stars on Ice, it's the lessons that you learn throughout it. You know, the setting goals and the working hard and the discipline and dealing with disappointment and adversity and all those things. Even if I hadn't been a professional skater, I would use those things in so many other areas of
All
my
right,
life.
Sasha, we saw Christy do well in Dancing with the Stars. Have they contacted you yet?
They have actually, but
How did we know?
But at this point in my skating career, I'm still skating a lot and doing a lot of shows and touring with Smucker's Stars on Ice. But at some point, I would love to do that. I would love to learn how to really dance all the different dances with a partner, not just by myself.
I think you'd be great on
that
that
would be
show.
fun.
Well, you both would do